Hello, it's Ashley here. Welcome. Ashley from Paper&Twine. Oh God, that's not very good, is it? A while ago, I showed the tag that I made for my hashtag PT Tag Club. You're a bit low, I might have to move you. And I did, the prompt was linear and I made this tag, but my old album had run out of space. So I made this kind of book box thing for myself. And several of you requested a tutorial, so I'm on today to make a tutorial, or do a tutorial rather. I've made a couple of adaptations to the design, just in terms of dimension, and I will give this away, so stay watching for the secret word and I will give this away. I'm not sure whether I'll send it international because it's going to be quite bulky, but I'll have a think about that as we're making. So just pop that out of the way. We're going to be using this lovely Gather at Home collection from Cartabella Paper. This was my April design team package, or was it March even? I can't remember, from Cheryl Simone Crafts. I've had some exciting news. Can't wait to see what she's sending me for next month. But yes, that's very, very nice indeed. But look at all these gorgeous colours. And it was like, oh, I don't know what papers to use because I want to make something for myself with that. And I knew that I was going to give this away. So anyway, we'll have a little think about the papers in a minute. Now, you will need some Amazon packaging or packaging. I've got 3 pieces here. And you don't have to use this black tape that I'm using. You could use, I know some people have got what do you call it, tape a bit like this that's not so plasticized, that is brown, the sort of packaging colour, and all I'm going to do is go round the edge of each of these pieces with my tape like so. By the way, give Barry your order. I've got a coffee, it's my 3rd one of the day, and yes, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? 3 coffees. It's been quite a nice day. I've got some washing on the line. And it's almost dry because it's quite windy. I did wake up very cold and feeling like I'd got a cold, but I've done quite a few jobs this morning. And I wanted to come on earlier than this to do this because I've got some card commissions that I need to start. But I knew that I wanted to make this today. I bet you're really glad you came on. Now, don't worry too much about this kind of thing because it's going to get covered with paper anyway. But basically, you're going to go around the edge of every piece with the tape. Yes. So, I think I am going to do this in real time. I was going to switch you off, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I've lost my video mojo a bit, you know, guys. Yeah, the last video I did, which was showing entries from the lovely Amber and Andrea. And who was the 3rd person? Oh, the Crafty Seas. It wasn't 3 people, it was 2. Yeah, it was an awful video by my standards in terms of what drivel I spouted. Try and get a nice finish along that bit there, because that bit is going to be on show. Well, one of those sides is, the other side's going to join up to the spine. And I've tried to choose bits of packaging that aren't too battered. Yes. But what can I tell you? I haven't been on and done a coffee shop drivel for ages, have I? I think I am going to be uploading a woolly pod this week, so you will see my ugly mug. And I've bitten the bullet this morning. I'm dreadful. When I make an appointment to have my hair cut, I always do it last minute. And I had it in my mind that I wanted an appointment for tomorrow, but the woman that I go to is fully booked for tomorrow. So I've got an appointment for next Wednesday, just to cut and blow dry. But that'll be quite exciting because I do look a bit like a scarecrow at the moment, which is another reason why I've not been on camera very much recently. It doesn't really matter though, does it, what I look like? You don't come here to look at me, you come here to see the crafting and hear about Barry. You don't care what I look like. I'm going to do a little cut down there. I need to get some isopropyl alcohol on these scissors because they've got very gummy and gungy. Yes, they have. So what's everybody up to today? As I say, I've got some washing on the line and it's nearly dry. So that's good. I had 18 things on my to-do list, this being one of them. And I think I've got 8 left to do, including this. I'm just going to give that a little snip because actually that can be my thing. And just going to put a little bit of tape there just in case it shows through, and I can go around the edge here. The good thing about this tape is it sticks to itself really easily. And I think I'll do another bit here because I've got a little bit of a divot in my packaging there. And the other thing is it doesn't add much in the way of bulk or weight. I do like this tape very much. I'm going to do another bit along there, like so. I've already been at 6 minutes. It's awful. I think I am going to switch you off while I do this. I'll come back and show you the next stage. Plus, I've got to phone my mum and dad as well. There, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've done that. It didn't take too long. Don't worry if your cardboard's got sellotape on like this, you're going to cover all that up. So what we want to do now is join our spine to our other piece, if that makes sense. So I'm using my kind of lines on my mat as a guide, and I want to leave about 1/8 of an inch or so between the spine and the, that's not level. Might be better if I do it that way. Okay, I can see what I'm doing a bit better. I'm just going to cut that actually. It's a little bit fiddly. Yes, that's better. Then I can kind of line that up as best I can. That will do for me. And then bring that down like so. And then I'm going to want to run another piece of tape along here and then gently kind of burnish the tape into that kind of crease, like so. Turn that over. There we go, and just bend that like that, see? And you've got a really nice fold. Do the same on the other side. Let's lay some tape, cut a length of it. I'll leave a link to this tape. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I do like it. I got this from My Creative Spirit, who are also a stockist of Stamperia and G45 papers. Okay. Lay that down, leave about 1/8 of an inch, kind of lining up the top and bottom. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, it's handmade, and as you work with this cardboard packaging, it sometimes kind of squishes and loses a bit of depth, but we just do the same and cut that. There we go. So there we have our little book box. Now, I didn't tell you the dimensions, did I? So I cut my, these pieces are 4 3/4 wide by 7 inches high, and my spine is obviously 7 inches high and it's 2 inches wide. So I've made this a little bit shallower than the other than my prototype. Don't think I need any more of this construction tape, so we'll move that out of the way by throwing it on the floor. Have a slurp of coffee. Now I'm going to make my insert next, and on the original I didn't make it high enough, so where I've got my ribbon, and I'm going to do a ribbon closure again, it doesn't actually kind of help close the book. And on this is loose, but I think on this one I'm going to try gluing that in place and then decorating down there, if that makes sense, down my gusset. Yes, I'm going to try that. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. So for your insert, I've used black card. Oh, and by the way, if you want this to be sturdier, glue 2 layers of your packaging together and you'll get a really, really thick hardback cover then. I'm going to use Collall when I stick my paper on, and that will also give it a bit of a concrete finish. But we'll just move that out of the way. And I've gone ahead and I've scored this already. So for my insert, I've got a piece of black card that is 9 1/4 by 7 3/8. And I've gone ahead and scored it already. On the short side, I've scored at 1/2 inch, 4 1/2, and then I've turned it and I've scored at 1. Then on the long side, I've scored at 1/2, 2 3/8, 6 7/8, 8 3/4. So I'm going to just fold and burnish all of these lines. And then we're going to do a little bit of cutting. And I hope this works, because what I've actually done, I haven't actually ever made properly before. There we go. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is I did a load of VRs last week, and MJ, Crafty Little Things, I haven't checked my emails today yet, but I have emailed you a couple of times for your address, and I've left a comment on your channel. I don't know whether you're ignoring me, but I've got your entry ready to go, but I don't have your address. So obviously we're quite close to the closing date, so I would like to get that in the post. So if you could respond to me, that would be lovely. My email address I will leave in the description box, but it is paperandtwine44@gmail.com with the word and all lowercase. Right, so I've burnished all of those score lines. This is going to be a reinforced edge so that the top of our DB Firkin looks nice. The top of our box, and I'm just going to make a little tab there, cut away that, and the same on this side here. We're just cutting away that little outer square like so. Going to put some tape on this line here, and we're just simply going to fold that over and then re-burnish those little score lines here. You could use wet glue here if you want to, but I'm just using tape because it's quick. And then before I glue that down or stick that down, I'm just going to re-burnish those little score lines there. I don't like this black card, it's cracking. And I haven't scored very aggressively. I don't ever score very aggressively, so I don't know what's going on there. And I've got trouble with taking the backing off. There we go. So we're just going to fold that over. And then we can do some more cutting. We've got a nice edge there. It just finishes it off nicely, like when I make my reinforced boxes. So here we want to cut there and cut there, and then we're going to cut up all of our vertical score lines. This is where it might go horribly wrong because I haven't done this very well. Okay, we're going to cut this section away here, like so. We're going to cut that away. Cut that away. And cut that away. Okay, just get rid of those little bits of rubbish. I'm being quite good and what's the word I'm looking for? Getting rid of little bits of scrap. Okay, just go and burnish that. Now, this is going to allow us to kind of glue or stick our insert to the body of the box, and this is going to form kind of like the base. Like so. You see what I mean? And then we can cover that up. In fact, actually, I think if I do it like that, that'll work. No, it looks untidy. I'm going to just angle that a little bit there. This is where I'm experimenting. Oh yes, I was saying about I've done a load of VRs. Yeah, I've got another one to do, and this is for the lovely Lisa, the Crafting Diva, and she's got a 600 subscriber giveaway, and she smashed 600 subscribers. She's got way more than that. She's a lovely, lovely lady, and I think if my memory serves me correct, last year she had a little bit of ill health. I can't remember. I'm subscribed to so many crafters, it's difficult sometimes to keep up and remember who's who. But she's such a lovely, kind lady. And I was reading her bio on her about page, and I didn't realise that she was also a Card Maker of the Year winner. I think it was in 2014, so huge congratulations to her. And she does some work with Craft Stash. How lovely is that? Really lovely. Anyway, she's got a 600 subscriber giveaway, and I can't even remember what you have to do for it now. I've got a bit of paper written down somewhere with it on. I don't know, but what I will do is leave it linked in the description box down below, and I hope to enter. I think you have to send her a card. I can't remember. Yes, but go and watch the video and give her some support, because she definitely deserves it. I know loads of you are subscribed to her anyway. Right, what I want to do now is get my base of my box sorted. So I'm just going to put some glue on these tabs here. You could use tape. And then I'm going to add my ribbon so that we can get decorating. There we go. Had a message off one of my cousins as well. Was it yesterday? Yeah. His eldest brother, who was one of my favourite cousins growing up, moved with his family to America about 23 years ago, something like that. Less than 25 years ago. But, oh, it might have been more than 25. I don't know. I lose track. Yeah. And I think I've seen him once in that time. He's been back over. Obviously, his parents and his two brothers still living here. But he's got a very special birthday this year. And he's coming over to the UK. And my cousin said they're having a party for him. So it's giving me details about that. So that's exciting. I'm just holding this in place if you think, what am I doing? And having a slurp of coffee. I need to not have any more coffee today because, yeah, just because. Right, what I could do is put something heavy on that, couldn't I? Or put something to just stick that in place while I find some black ribbon. What's that? What am I doing? Hoarding an empty thing. I don't need that, do I, in my drawer? Have I got black ribbon? Yes, I have. So I want this to be about halfway up, so I'm going to add a bit of tape. That's not anywhere near enough, Ashley. That's very stupid. I am very stupid. I've got some wider tape in here, which will help stick my ribbon down. No, I'm not going to do that because I shall get in a mess. Do what you were going to do, but cut a bit more tape. I'll put that on my hand for later. Right, so because I'm going to have paper stuck down, I'm going to put that about there, and this will all be covered up with paper anyway. That's about halfway. Do the same along here. And again, that's going to be covered up with a lot of paper. Put that there like that, burnish that down. And it's always better to have too much ribbon than not enough. I'm going to use my big scissors. And I think that will be enough. I've got no idea. And obviously you can make this to whatever dimension you want. But I'm using lots of ribbon because that's the way I rock and roll today. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to have for tea. I had, after my debacle of putting on £3 over the last 4 weeks, last week on my secret diary of a cereal dieter, I can't say that my diet has been brilliant. I was very good, or goodish, for 2 days. I'm going to just put a bit of glue down there. But I'm eating too much carbs. So like yesterday at school, I had leftover pasta, which was lovely. It wasn't too unhealthy until I added all the grated cheese. And because it was quite a substantial portion, I didn't really feel like I needed a lot at tea time. That's plenty of ribbon. I didn't feel like I needed a lot at tea time. So, well, I say tea time, it was about 9 o'clock because I was on a late lunch at school yesterday. So I didn't have my lunch until 1:30. And yeah, it kept me going. I finished work at about 20 to 5. Kept me going all that time, and I was doing bits and bobs, and yeah, it was about 8:45 by the time I felt peckish, and I had just 2 pieces of toast slathered with butter and a bit of grated cheese with Henderson's relish on it, which it's not very healthy, is it? But it's just what I fancied. And I don't know what we're going to have today. Right, that is that done. This is 2 inches wide. This is 1 7/8. Now, what I want to do is put that about there, like so, and glue that like so, so that we've got a little book, and that will tie up. Can you see what I'm getting at? And then we can decorate it with paper. Right, so I need a little bit of glue on this here, a little bit of glue on this here, and just stick that down. And then I need Shall I use, I'm going to use a bit of tape and some glue. Now you see, that didn't stay stuck down, did it? Oh dear. Not very good video, Ashley. What are you playing at today? I think what I'm going to do is going to put tape on there as well. See, this is me just kind of bodging it as I go along. I suppose I could do that like that, couldn't I? That's better. Yes, we will do that. Just take the backing off that and then I can do that. And then I've got a proper little box shape. See how my little brain works? I have to figure it out as I go along. And I've been picking my fingernails, so I haven't got a fingernail on this thumb. So let's see if I can get the backing off with this. Oh, dearie me, I bet you're really glad you came, aren't you? Cheryl, I'm ever so sorry. This is a design team project for you, and it's like a bit of a dog's dinner, isn't it? Right, so let's just make sure that that is nice and square, and that that is nice and square. Well, it's not nice and square, but it'll do. And then, I bet nobody will want to win this when it's finished. I can put some tape on here. We'll add a bit of glue as well, just in case. A bit of tape on here. Oh, help me, mother. That's that. Right, come here, you pick tool. Let's have you off. And we'll have you off. Got a little bit of tape hanging over the edge there. I'm making this look really difficult, but it's not. If your brain's more 3D orientated than mine is, it's really easy. But I'm just making a pig's ear of this today. Oh, piddle and faff. Oh, come on. There we go, that's got it. Oh, the tension, the drama. Right, let's put a bit of glue on here as well. That'll give us a bit of wiggle room. There's that little bit of tape hanging over the edge. There it is. You can go back over there. All right, we'll have a bit of glue down here. Bit of glue along here. Bit of glue along there. You can go back there. And let's just seat you like so. There we go. We got there in the end. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some collal on this. Or no, or shall I just leave it as is? What do you think? Should I glue it up or should I leave it free? Let me have a look and see. I think I'm going to leave, I think I'm going to glue it. I'm going to glue it and then I'm going to cut some paper to fit down there. There we go. Let's just hold that in place like so. What can I put in there? You might do actually. Just to adhere that down. Like so. Oh, we can get this in. There we go. So, what I think I want now, I want a piece of paper. Well, I want to decorate the inside and I want to decorate the outside. Shall we do the outside first and then we can see if I've got enough paper left for the contrast. There, that's that. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm all a dither. Right, so paper for the front, the spine, and yeah, the front, the spine, and the back. You can go down there. I have chosen, oh, that's my dishwasher finished, if you can hear beeping. I've chosen this, and then we've got that as the back. And then I thought we'd use either some of the stickers or some of the sentiment cut apart things to like do a label. So I want 6 and I'm going to cut 6 7/8 to start with, to see what that's like on the height. So I'm going this way, 6 7/8. 6 and 7/8. I think I might need to do 6 1/4, 3/4 even. What do we think? I think it might be all right at that, actually. Yeah. So that's 6 7/8. So then if that's 4 1/2, that means I want 4 3/8. So I want 2 pieces like that, and I want a spine. So I want the spine to be 1 7/8, and I'm cutting this so that my paper carries on. So this is my front piece here. Am I going to ink it? No, I'm not, because I want it to be nice and clean. That's not right. I've done that wrong, which means now I need to cut a bit off this. Right, I'm going to pause you while I work it out, because this has been way too long anyway. Well, what a fuss and palaver. I've gone ahead and I've covered the inside, and I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of something to make this look like a book front. So I've taken one of the cut aparts from the gorgeous paper. If you cut it square, it would be 4 inches square, but I've left this little bit on, so it's slightly more than that, because my front is rectangle. I thought I wanted my focal point to be a rectangle as well. So I'm just gluing it on a little bit of card, black card, to pick up on the black border that we've got. And I'm just going to place that kind of equally at the top, like so. Enjoy these moments. I'm ignoring the gather at home bit, but enjoy these moments, because when we're crafting and making our tags, we're enjoying moments, aren't we? And then inside, can you see I've covered inside? If I kind of tilt that, my camera's gone a bit funny, but then I thought to have a clock all the way down there would be a bit too much. So I used the reverse of the paper, which is this kind of black checkered pattern that isn't cut very straight, Ashley. Oh dear. Whoever wins this, they're going to think, blooming heck, it wasn't very well made at all. And because this is all straight, that's not going to look straight. But hey ho. It's handmade, not factory made, so it has imperfections. Anyway, if you want to win this dog's dinner of a project, comment dog's dinner and I will send it to you. I'm afraid I don't think I can send it internationally. It is a bit of a beast, but it's quite pretty. It's quite pretty, and you don't have to use it for tags. You can use it for anything. Oh, I know what it would be quite nice to store, would be kind of like die sets in their packets and things, or stamp sets, A5 or A6 stamp sets. There we go. Look, it's not brilliant, but it's very pretty. So yeah, if you want to win this dog's dinner, thank you for staying with me. Which one do you prefer? My original or my other one? I think I prefer the other one, even though it is a bit of a dog's dinner. Yeah, and I'll leave plenty of ribbon on here so you can tie it as you see fit and use it for a tag, or use it to store other bits and pieces in on a shelf. I should maybe have put something there, shouldn't I? But anyway, there you go. You enjoy these moments. I'm off now to edit this, and I'll be back with, I don't know what, when, but thank you for sticking with me. Bye now. I'm off to get the washing in.